Hola. Hola. I know, it sounds like hollow. Hollow. Hola. Hola. Hello. Olo. Olo. That's why my lawyer would always say Olo taco. Now it all makes sense. Was he Spanish? Okay. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome. Hola, chica. ¿Cómo estás? Your nails. What is nails in Spanish? Oh, no. Welcome on in. I didn't learn that much Spanish on my trip. All I learned was La Quinta. Can I? That's the bill, please. La Quinta? Por favor? That means please. Donde está means where is. Buenos dias. Buenas noches. Good day, good night. Donde está Margarita? Señorita. Me. La Quinta. Bill. What else? La Baños. Bathrooms. Tequila. Tacos and tequila. Margarita. That's all we ate and drank, actually. Yeah, French doesn't work there, unfortunately. They're not the same language, but they sound so similar. It almost feels like I could like break into French, and then it's like, no, that's not it, Christine. All right, welcome on in, everyone. It's Wednesday. Normally we're gaming, but I failed to talk about my trip on Saturday, which was like 6 hours after, not 6 hours, I'm exaggerating, like 10 hours after I got home from my trip to Mexico. So I thought, let's just move that on over to Wednesday, and I'll do a little trip recap, talk about it, and just chat and chill. So grab your tea, be cozy, and we can talk about how I went on vacation. I know, absolutely shocking news. Simplynailogical went on vacation. Gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you. I know you're applauding. I can hear it from here. Cheers. That's not tequila, but it is tea. Still starts with T. Can we talk about heated driveways again? Lizard wizard. They don't need those in Mexico. No. Definitely not. Alright, let me just pull something up. Should I do a poll? Who's been to Mexico? Yeah, let's do it. Have you been to Mexico? Yes, no. There. Oh, I should put C. Whatever. Tequila. Exactly. Mezcal's better than tequila. They had like bartending classes there that they were advertising. We just didn't have time. But that's actually an interesting thing I kind of wanted to learn more about, but I just didn't have time. Next time, potentially, if I go again. But I'm too tall. Said not me ever. Message retracted. Why'd you change your mind? So I have a little, it's not a slideshow, contrary to what Ben was saying. I have a Snapchat that I was going to share. That, and I have some pictures. But first, let's look at a map. In case we just needed a brief geography lesson. This is Mexico, okay? It's underneath most of you, which are in the United States. As a reminder, I'm over here. Ottawa. That's me. I'm right on the hill. Look closer and you'll see me sitting there. Ottawa's a pretty small place, so we took a plane and flew all the way to, where is it? Oh, there. Around Cancun. Well, we flew into Cancun, but then we ultimately ended up like, I guess a little bit south of Cancun. But we took a vacation all the way from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada to Cancun, Mexico. I have never been there before. Fun fact. Yep, never been to Mexico. Not once in my 37 years of life. I've been to the Dominican Republic and the Bahamas, because I went on a cruise that kind of touched these islands. So I've done some of that. And I've been to Florida for like 27 years or something of my life, when my grandmother lived there. And before COVID hit. And before the world canceled America. But used to go to Florida all the time, so I was very used to that kind of climate and absolutely love it. So clearly I love the Mexico climate too, because I found it similar, at least at this time of year, and it was wonderful. For my skin, for just my mood, Canadian winters are just rough, and it's barely even started because it's only mid-December, and I'm just like, fuck, I gotta sit through another like 3-4 months of snow. No! I'm moving to Mexico. No, just kidding. Announcement. Okay, we can change the music if this is too much. Not that one. Justin Trudeau loves your content. Does he watch? Is he here? What's up, Justin? How you doing? What? Okay. Has chat been to Mexico? 61% have not. 39% have. That's actually a pretty high percentage, considering that I know most of you are American. You're not from Mexico, probably. Unlikely. So yeah, most of you haven't, but 40% is high, because when I asked the same question about Canada, it was definitely less than 40%. So why have more of you gone to Mexico than Canada? Maybe I answered my own question 10 minutes ago when I just said Canada winters are garbage. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. You're in Texas, so you're just close. Okay, maybe it's just because it's closer for you guys. For some of you. Well, only some of you. Canada's definitely closer for a lot of you. Come on now. Come on. You've been to both? Mexico's closer than Canada to some of you. Ask Canada? Okay, I'll ask it now. I've asked it before. Have you ever been to Canada? To Canada? So, funny story. Or maybe I should wait until you see the images from it. Actually, I'll just pull that one now. Let me pull that one. Because we got all of the stories. Where is the pool party? Okay. Quality's kind of garbage, but that's weird. Why is the quality so bad? That's better. Okay, so Ben was snooping on us because there's me, Jan, and our friend, and we were swimming in a pool, and there was like a daytime pool party where they had like bubbles and shit and just like blowing bubbles. Anyways, here is us leaving because he just caught us at the end. But they were like playing dance music. We were just leaving the party and still dancing. Didn't know we were being filmed. Thanks, Ben. Hey! Party in the pool. Okay. So maybe this is funny, but when we were at that pool party in Mexico, you know, the host, like the singer, is trying to get the crowd all riled up. So he's just like, "You're on vacation." And then the crowd's like, "Yes." And then he's like, "Who's from the United States?" And then the crowd goes, "Boo." Obviously, there were people from the US. So either they went silent or they said boo. I'm not sure. I didn't do an interview and ask. And then they go, like, as if he was expecting this. I guess they do this every day, maybe, so they like know how it's gonna go. And then they go, "Okay, who's from Canada?" And then everyone goes, "Yay!" I mean, I cheered when it said Canada. I thought that was, everyone was laughing. Like, I looked around and I was like, "Oh my God, are we gonna get in a fight? Is someone gonna fight me?" Because I just cheered for Canada and I don't know. But no, everyone was laughing. And like, I bet you at least half the people were from the States. Like most of you just said, you know, a lot of Americans go to Mexico to vacation. But that was a funny moment. That and everywhere we went, you know, whether it was staff or someone else we met, like they would ask where we're from or be like, oh, you guys are from the States. Like there was often a little bit of an assumption that we were from the States. I guess that's just because like we look like white ladies, at least the three of us, and then the two white guys we were with, one of them being Ben. And whenever we were like, no, we're from Canada, they would usually be like, oh my God, good. Or like, yay, or that's nice, like in a good way. So there was kind of this unwritten friendship that I was cluing in on, that I was like, is this, like, how would I have been treated as a Canadian like 5 years ago? Would things be different? Would they be like, yeah, we don't care, you're all the same? But now it felt very different. Maybe they're just like being incredibly nice to anyone, but I just found that very interesting. It was almost like a, no, I'm Canadian. Yep. Not that you can help it if you're American. You didn't choose where you were born, right? So it's not your fault. I get that. Anyways, that was my first story. Let's walk through my Snapchat. Here, let's close this first. Have you ever been to Canada? Oh, it's the same. Were you guys just trying to make it beefed up? I swear I did this poll and I was like shocked that it was like 20% or something had been to Canada. Okay, all right, fair enough. Same proportion of chat, at least who's here right now, has been to Canada as has been to Mexico. Maybe not the same people. Interesting. Maybe that's just because like take your country and, you know, half of you are a little bit closer to Canada and the other half is closer to Mexico. Maybe that's it. Now fight? No fighting. No fighting on stream. So yeah, suddenly more people have been to Canada now that I was pitting them up against each other. Interesting. Is this social desirability? Americans try to pretend to be Canadians on vacation. It's pretty easy to pretend to be Canadian. Just say A and don't have a southern accent. That's it. That's all, literally all you need to do to pretend to be Canadian. But I have never met a Canadian with like a southern twang accent. The Alberta out west accent is not like that at all. So, and thanks, Ben. Yes. And don't be an asshole. Yes. Just be really nice. Say you're sorry. Say sorry like that. Say A. There you go. And just say, I'm from Canada. Yeah. That's all you gotta do. It's quite simple. Is anyone getting ads to move to Canada lately? I got two, really. Maybe after this, you're gonna get ads to move to Mexico. All right, let's watch. Maybe before I click into this. Have you seen my Mexico trip through Snapchat? So were you watching my snaps while I was there? While I was live posting from Mexico? Just want to know how many people have already seen this. But I'm gonna like give context and tell stories on using this as my background. I pretend to be Canadian by chugging fake syrup. Jail. Immediately jail. So this vacation kind of sprung out of not nowhere, but it wasn't planned like super long ago. It's more of a... Christine's in the era of saying yes. Also, why am I saying my own name? Ew. I should have said Simplynailogical in 2015 just said yes to things. 2015? What fucking year is this? What country am I in? Is Canada a country? Can we just go back to 2015? That's actually what I'm asking. Can we go back, please, to the days I had a blog? Thank you. And no one knew what an algorithm was. Yes, please, thank you. What do you mean? Oh God, no? No, I would much prefer. So I never had a Cancun grad trip, or, you know, sometimes I hear about that, or a March break in wild Cancun experience. My high school nor my university really did that type of thing. It was just like, let's get together at a house party. That was it. Like, there was no big trips, at least that I was aware of. So I never had that experience. And for the past year, in my regular real life off the internet, I've just been saying yes to things that maybe I wouldn't have done before, like saying yes to going to like big concerts, or leaving the house more, or going on little trips or vacations, or participating in more people's like birthday parties or things like that. 2025 has so far been me just saying yes, you know, like that movie, sort of. And I think I need to carry that energy into 2026, because too much internet for me is not good. And the way to counter that is just to do more things in real life with real people that you know, and not just communicate online. Not that there's any, I love communicating online. We're doing it right now, and I'll do it forever probably, right? But I kind of cut off the real world experience for a few years, more than a few years there, where I was just working 24/7, and that wasn't my whole life, right? There was like a period before that where I was very outgoing. I had lots of friends, and you know, this is before your time, chat. But like, I did a lot of things in university and had a lot of fun. So I kind of felt like maybe I need to just say yes to things. Like, not me necessarily wilding out and figuring, you know, wandering the street by myself, but just if someone's asking me to like, oh, do you want to come do this fun thing? I'm like, yes. Stop saying no. And maybe this is something that you could take into 2026 if you think it'll help you. If you've just felt like disenfranchised, disenchanted, a little jaded with just like being stuck in internet worlds, whatever that means to you. It looks different for everyone. Obviously for me, it's a unique situation, I suppose. But I just felt like I needed to put myself in real life more, and I've been doing that, and I'll continue to do that. So part of the saying yes was saying yes to going on a trip to Mexico with my sister. So I kind of called it a family vacation, but also her two friends, another couple. So we joined them. They go there often. They have a place there, and they invited us. So me and Ben were like, okay, yes. So that's why we went to Mexico in particular. And also in Canada, no one's really going on a vacation in the States these days, you know, at least not planning one. If it was planned prior to, you know, all the trade wars and whatever, then maybe that's a different story. But yeah, no one I know in real life in Canada is interested in planning anything further to the States to like get some sunshine. So they're like, let's go to Mexico. And we're like, okay, I've never been there. Sure. Now, just to be clear, like, I do have business in the States, and I may or will continue to do that, or any obligations I have, you know, to do that kind of thing. So that's different. So I'm not saying I'm never coming to America. That's not what I mean. But our friends were going to Mexico. They invited us for a vacation, and we were like, sure, let's go. Hashtag simply say yes 2026. So let's click into part 1. Ben and Jen. This is us at the airport. Hi.
Going without you.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn off the music so you can hear. Ben, Jen. Hi.
Going without you.
She said we're going without you. What a good sister. Have you seen my Mexico trip through Snapchat? 67% said no. Okay, good. So most of you haven't seen this. So Snapchats disappear after 24 hours. It's like stories, but I pinned these to my profile just so I could walk through them because obviously these are a few days old. Shrimping on the plane. Let's go. Day 1, Monday. We went to Mexico from Monday to Friday. Literally no weekends. And that was so I could stream. So when I said I'm taking a vacation, I'm like, I'm taking a vacation, but I'm not going to miss the 2 Saturday streams. You're welcome, chat. We only missed Wednesday. Yeah. We're going on a family vacation. Look at her nails. My sister's nails are so nice. And we matched. So I was wearing Declassified and she was wearing Teal No Lies. We're boarding. We're boarding.
Take the one nearest you.
We haven't even taken off yet and they both fell asleep right beside me. Like, look at them. How do you do this? I can't sleep sitting up perfectly still. At least Ben has like a headrest that's like, my sister's sleeping perfectly. Is she a vampire? Like, it's like psychotic behavior. I'm like, what are you doing? You deserve to be filmed. We literally hadn't taken off. We were just listening to the safety instructions and they were both asleep and they made me sit in the middle.
Pictures of this aircraft. Please review it sometime before takeoff.
I'm bored.
Cabin pressure change.
Literally so bored. Okay, they're de-icing the plane. Have you seen this before? Do you know what this is? Isn't that crazy? They have to take the ice off the plane in Canada because it's too cold to fly. Whee! Whee! I don't know why it's like tripping out. Goodbye, Ottawa. You are very cold. That's a kind of a cool shot. You can really see how much snow and shit there is. Simply in the air. So normally I get the window seat because I am the content creator, right? I need to shoot my nails. I need to shoot out the window, but Ben insisted. So I was just reaching over him the whole time. Like, okay, you're gonna have to deal with me. The airplane was giving out ginger defense shots, which is amazing because normally they just give out like pretzels and bullshit. But I was so excited that they were giving out like the wellness shots. I'm like, yes, I need to be well. Perfect. Cheers. She fell asleep on me. What do you do when your sissy falls asleep next to you? This was a 6 a.m. flight, by the way. So it's fair that people were tired. I was just too excited. I'm not sleeping. I'm absolutely wired right now. Some people think we're sisters. Yes. We look very alike. They'd be wrong. I don't know her. I think she was picking her nose. Ben got some hummus. Let's see his review. Rating?
For an airplane,
It's what? What's the rating? It's hummus. He said for an airplane, it's hummus. Thanks, Ben. Maybe brain cells get like compressed while in the air. All right, just a lot of trees and no snow. Where are we? Look at that lush. Oh, that's probably a copyright song. We landing. Look at that. Smooth landing. Okay, cheers. We're in Mexico. And Ben got like a car service. I don't plan anything. You know that TikTok or that Instagram reel where it goes from like a guy usually and it's like me planning our vacation. And then he says like, hi, my name is Dave and I plan the Ubers, the Airbnb, the car service, the blah, blah, blah. And then it goes to the girl and it goes, hi, my name is Sarah. And then it just cuts her off and it keeps going back and forth with the idea being that like the guy is the one planning like everything, all the logistics of the vacation. And then the girl's just like, I'm just enjoying myself and I don't know what's going on. That's me. I don't know what's going on. I mean, all I needed to know is where are we going? And when are we leaving? When do I need to be ready? Darshan? Is that what it is? Okay. Well, that's me. I just didn't make that TikTok trend. So we get a car service and the guy has like rosé and they're like, here you go, ladies, senoritas. And we're like, okay. It's, mind you, it's like pretty early at this hour because was it like noon? I can't even remember. There was no time change between where I am in Ottawa time zone and Cancun. So that was kind of nice to like never have to think about it being a different time. So points. I love that in a vacation. No time change. Check. Cheers. Ben is really good at planning. He enjoys it. He plans vacations we don't even go on. So there we met up with our friends who were there before us. But we flew down with my sister. Hola! And then we went to a nice dinner. The only reason I'm already tanned is because I did self-tanner once before we left, just so I didn't feel super pasty. Cheers to espresso martinis, and don't order an espresso martini in Mexico. Yeah. As for drinks, espresso martinis, at least where we were, weren't my favorite, probably because that's not really their thing. They have much better drinks that I'm under the impression are like more authentic there, which we will see later. So someone ordered a cheese, was it pasta? And they lit the cheese bowl on fire. And they come to your table with it, which I've seen this in I think we were in the US somewhere in a restaurant. So I know this isn't like only there, whatever, but this is a rare thing. I don't go to restaurants often where they do this, but this was super cool to watch. My sister's just like, you guys are so annoying with your phones. That's why I'm waving to her, because she thinks we use our phones too much. And I'm just like, what do you want me to do? I have to Snapchat everything. Ben got some steak. I got some shrimplies on a squid ink black rice, which was so good. And remember when I was making like black charcuterie and trying to figure out how to make a black espresso and whatever? Like this was super black and it tasted so good. Wait, was it rice or was it risotto? I think it was risotto actually, which has rice in it, right? But the shrimp was delicious. All the food was genuinely really good. We were on a resort. We were at the Mayan Palace on the Riviera. No. What is it? Riviera Maya? Riviera Maya. Yeah. Right? Yes. Okay. I just couldn't remember. Yeah. We were on the Riviera Maya at the Mayan Palace, which is the name of the resort. Or at least the block of places where we stayed. But it was giant. Like, it was so big. There were so many restaurants. That looks banger. Oh, this is... Okay, so it was pasta that they were putting in the cheese bowl. So Jen got chicken with the flaming pasta. And, oh, there's another pic. You can see the black risotto and the shrimps. I've never had that before. So good. So we were trying to take a picture. There's this like giant mirror. Life is a hamster wheel. What a deep thought from our first night in Mexico. There's Jen. There was lots of Christmas decorations up, which was super fun and cute. And just as a Canadian who's so used to Christmas being associated with winter, it was a very different experience to walk around and see like fake Santas and Christmas ornaments and there be zero snow, right? It's just like gorgeous tropical weather and tropical greenery and like a bunch of Christmas ornaments. I know that's normal for a lot of you, right, who live in Florida or whatever. But for me, I was just like, Like it's a strange thing for a Canadian, I guess, to see so much Christmas stuff and sand. So we were kind of having fun just looking at that. How does it feel to see the sun? It felt wonderful. My skin loved it, but my hair hated it. Look at my hair. The humidity was absolutely insane. And speaking of humidity, great segue into something else I want to show you. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. Because I thought this was so fascinating. Hold on, let me just, 1 second. It was so humid in Mexico that I finally got to experience what I've seen some customers or some chatters say that they have experienced with applying a top coat. Sorry, just go back and pause it there. Okay. So I live in Canada. It's a very cold climate. Even in the summer, like it's humid, but nothing compared to Mexico, I have learned, right? And people have occasionally told me, like, Christine, I don't understand. How come when I paint my nails, I put on a top coat, the tip turns matte? And I've always been so confused. I'm like, what do you mean the tip of your nail turns matte? That doesn't even make any sense. Are you putting matte taco on the tip? Are you not putting the glossy taco all the way to the end? I don't understand. People would say this and I would have no context as to their location, humidity level, or, you know, other variables. And I would be like, I don't understand. Maybe you don't know how to paint nails. But I would be very confused and I'd be like, take it off and try again. Like, I literally don't know what you're talking about. So now I know what you're talking about because the same thing happened to me, like crazily. So I popped a peely at the water park. We'll get there. That was the next day. And I brought my Waterworks glitter polish just in case, you know, knowing that I might pop a peely on vacations, a lot of swimming or whatever. So this is a clean, fresh thumb, just the thumb. I did what I normally did. I put on a peely base coat. By the way, I'm inside the hotel or the resort, like in our room. I'm not outside. I'm in the room. I put on a peely base coat, do what I normally do, put on 3 thin coats of the glitter polish. I'm wearing Waterworks here, letting it dry in between, and then I add a glossy taco. Literally immediately after I add the glossy taco, just the tip turns matte. Like, what? I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why? Then I got more pictures because I'm like, this is the strangest thing I've ever seen. But then I remember that people have told me that this has happened to them. So I also tried to take some video. It looks like the playback isn't the best, but it's so matte at the top. I'm just like shook. Like it's not hollow, it's so matte. Here, this video might be a little bit better. This one. So with flash, it's kind of obscuring it a bit. You can see better when there's no flash. Right? You thought it was fake news? I mean, like, I'm inclined to believe people, like, it's happening. But I was always, like, so unsure. Like, I'm like, I don't know how to help you. And I was under suspicion that it might have been humidity because sometimes when I would ask that question to people, I'd be like, do you live in a warm climate? They'd be like, yes, I live in Florida. And I'd be like, oh, I guess it's the humidity. But it's never something that I have personally experienced because even our summers here, I guess they're just not as humid because I always paint my nails inside. So rule number 1, whether you live in a humid climate or not, don't paint your nails outside. I just feel like there's too many extraneous variables, whether it's the sunshine or whether it's like the cold. Why would you be painting your nails outside in the cold? I don't know. Or humidity could be worse in theory than inside. But if it's a uncontrollable humidity indoor environment, which maybe this resort room was, then maybe that is the problem. Now, you could live in Florida but have like incredible AC and maybe never have this problem or be able to reduce this problem by making sure like your AC's on and you're fine, right? I imagine a lot of you do that. So people who live in a very humid climate Let me know in the chat, like if you're painting your nails in a very AC, like it's less humid and you can tell from a humidifier reading, are you able to basically control it by just making sure you're painting indoors and with an air conditioner or even a dehumidifier? So I was unable to confirm like what humidity level was inside the hotel room because there was no reader. It only had the temperature. But the humidity level on that day, at least in that area outside, was 89%. And where I am right now, it's 25%. This is in my house, yes, versus outside. Which is dry. Why is it so dry in here, Ben? Ben, we need to up the humidity. Maybe that's why my skin is freaking out now. Why is it 25%? That's like pretty bad. Normally it's like 40 something where I am indoors in my house. Okay, it's 26 because I'm holding it. That is way too dry. Yeah. What the heck? What the helly? Okay, I want to read. Has anyone experienced this and been able to control it with like air conditioning if you live in a warm climate? I live in Texas and our aircon has been broken for 5 years and it's a struggle to do manis. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it doesn't usually happen unless I spend a lot of time outside. I live in a humid place, but it's never happened to me. Strange. Okay, interesting. This happened to me when I tried to paint swatch sticks. Huh. Were you able to fix it? No. I couldn't figure it out. Holy hell, how is your nose not bleeding? Maybe it is. Ben, I'm dying. Did the fogginess pass after a time? So, well, I looked at it as if it was still on. I'm wearing a different manicure. It didn't go away for several hours, but I remember like the next day it looked less obvious, but it wasn't like cured. It wasn't fully as glossy as the rest of my nail. So it kind of faded a little, but it definitely did not resolve. Yeah, so it was wild humidity and it was immediate. And I have longer nails, so I think like maybe I'm seeing this effect more because I have more space past the tip of my skin. Interesting. Oh, you just use nail oil to fix it, which is weird. What if I just dunked it in water? Is it just wetness to like restore the gloss? The humidity in Mexico is crazy. My parents took my brand new digital camera on vacation and the humidity broke it. So another thing about how humid it was is that, okay, does anyone take omega-3 supplements? This is so stupid. Like these. Omega-3 supplements. Like, I just want to show you a picture of them. No. Like that, okay? Like these. They're like the yellow, maybe they're pale yellow, and they're kind of squishy, okay? Wait, they're not squishy. They're not supposed to be squishy. Yes, you take those? Okay. It's like fish oil, whatever. It's a common supplement that some people take. So, like, they're hard, but, like, not that hard. Like, you could pinch it really hard, and you could, you know, kind of mold it if you wanted to. But it's generally hard-ish of a tab. It's not a tablet. It's like a gel, a hard gel, right? Whatever. It's a capsule of some kind. I had these, and I went to take my daily omega-3 supplement, and it fucking like squished and almost melted. I have never seen that in my life. And that was another confirmation factor for me that like it is so fucking humid at least in this room. I mean, also outside I could feel it. But it was so gross. And I'm like, that's probably not good for the vitamin. Or not vitamin, but for the supplement to like start to like like it was like as if it was limping the second you tried to pick it up. You could go like this. That's insane, right? Like that can't be good for so many other reasons that I don't know enough about humidity and health, but like clearly supplements can't even survive in this humidity, and neither could my manicure. Crazy. I don't know what the solution is. I guess a dehumidifier, which I didn't bring with me, nor was in the hotel. But like low key, it was melting. Yes. I felt like my nail polish was melting off too. You can't really keep meds in the bathroom here. Really? So it wasn't even in the bathroom. Like I kept them out in, there was like a little kitchen suite. That's where I had my omega-3. Anyways, that's how humid it was. And this 89, wow. Now, my skin absolutely loves this humidity level. Like, my skin has never looked better than when I was in Mexico. The second I got back here, everything is ruined. But we'll get there in the slides. I just wanted to take this quick little detour to let you guys know that if you've ever had this problem, now I have too. And I don't know how to fix it because I didn't have enough time in Mexico or the tools maybe necessary to fix this. Some people said nail oil, but I wouldn't do that immediately while the nail is still wet, for obvious reasons. I do wonder if just like investing in a portable dehumidifier, like that would be the next thing I would try. If I was moving to Mexico, I'd be like, give me a dehumidifier in this room while I paint my nails at least. And also for my omega-3s. Like what? You've never seen that before? Here, let's do a poll. Have you ever experienced the tips of your mani going matte on you for unknown reasons? Okay. And maybe you know it's humidity, but just write like yes has happened to you. But if you didn't do this on purpose, obviously, if you put a matte taco on the tip, then don't say yes. I sometimes struggle with the glossy taco from the UK. What do you mean struggle? Like the same way this picture, or just in general? It's also happened on the top part of the nail. The top, like the tip. I had it happen once, but after I wore nitrile gloves, so humidity. Oh, because like in the gloves, it's like pocketing the air. Yeah, your hand gets more sweaty that way. It happened to my friend when she was blowing on the HOLO taco to get it to dry faster. I've heard that too. I've heard people, if you use a fan, like you can actually kind of fuck it up. Maybe it's the fan in combination with your air quality in terms of like its humidity level. That I'm not sure about. But I generally advise not to use a fan because sometimes that happens. I don't really know why, but that's my suspicion. I live in a very humid place, but it's cold, not warm, so this doesn't tend to happen. Okay, interesting. Years ago, I did this trick. Use vapor to mattify the polish while drying. Is that what is like a vapor thing happening? Does this only happen after glossy taco, or was it just the polish? I thought I didn't notice it happen with the nail polish, but maybe I just like wasn't really looking for it because I was not thinking this was gonna happen. But the second I put on my glossy taco, it was so obvious. If anything, it like amplified the difference if there was one at all before. I'm a chem major, and yes, this happens due to humidity. Happened to me in the lab when I'm wearing gloves. So even with a dried manicure? Really? Huh. I wasn't sure if it was like because I just finished painting and maybe humidity of some kind or vapor or air was like getting trapped under the glossy taco at the tip, or like off gassing. That's not the right word. Like drying out. I don't know. You know, we joke about me being this Christine the Science Queen, but this is one thing that it's more just I'm chalking it up to now I've experienced what some of you has. but it's fascinating. All right. Have you ever experienced this where the tips of your nails go matte for unknown reasons? 71% said no, but 29% said yes. Okay, now I'm gonna ask a follow-up. If you said yes to tips going matte, do you live? Okay, just don't answer this. Here, I'm gonna write a not applicable. I said no. Because some people just want to click the poll anyways. Do you live in a warm climate? Or I'll say a humid climate. Not a humid climate. Not really. I'm gonna write not really. Like you don't think so. Okay. This has turned into a research stream. Apparently the humidity stops the solvents in the top coat from drying normally. Huh. That sounds like a plausible explanation. Sounds like it requires heat and humidity, not just one or the other. Gloves can make my polish and top coat go soft, but only the first 24 hours. Really? That's never happened to me. And I often wear like nitrile, like latex or whatever gloves when I do nail soaks, and I've never had that. But maybe that's because it's fucking 25% humidity in here. Maybe that's why my lips are so chapped and I'm dying. Gotta go back to Mexico. Queen, this happened to me when I opened my oven. On your nails, silly munchkins! Don't open that oven again. Okay, let's close that poll. If you said yes to your tips going matte for no reason, do you live in a humid climate? 19%. Not really a humid climate? 21%. All right. This research is inconclusive. It's probably a little more complicated, right? I think like between heat and humidity, I don't know. But I know, at least sample size of one, that this has literally never happened to me. And I live in Canada and rarely paint my nails in a hot or other climate. Like normally when I go on trips, I don't repaint my nails, right? Like I have the existing manicure and I don't have to redo it. But this time was full thumb mani, well, just the thumb. And this is what happened. Fascinating. Fascinating science stuff. Okay, let's go back to the slideshow. Humidity. This will be a good little short though, because I think making this into like a short content so people can share their experiences or thoughts too in the comment section. So that's my plan too. Thank you, mods, for timestamping that little segment. Okay, we're back in Mexico. And yes, I go to the gym on vacation because I can't sleep and it's fun. That's why. And I also, hold on, I can't have music. I also like to try all the machines because I don't have all the machines. And this is a machine I don't have. It's called a Smith machine. It just means like it holds it in a line for you. So you don't have to like actually worry about it. So much fun. It was a pretty big gym. I was happy that it was like a giant gym with enough equipment, and they just like every piece of equipment, different size, different shape, different make, different target of muscle. And Calf Daddy Ben was, look at those calves. He showed me how to use the calf machine, something I don't use. We don't have one, and it's not really something I would seek out. But I was like, show me how to do. It kind of looks like you're doing nothing. Like I do realize this looks like I'm literally doing nothing. I'm just chilling. I'm like, will I get calves like Ben? Please, thank you. How long do I need to do this for my calves to look like Ben? Not with my sciatica. That's why I don't do these often. It kind of looks like you're just taking a nap, yeah. Couldn't you do that on the stairs? Yeah, but the difference is not that I'm loading anything because I'm literally doing one plate. Look, because like I have sciatica, so I'm not going to be loading calf movements. But see how I have one plate only? So I could do it on the stairs. But people like Ben or a lot of other people who weightlift and don't have sciatica and want to build their calves would be able to load this up over time. And you can't do that on the stairs. So pretty cool. And the angle is like perfected so that it's really just targeting the calves and not anything else. That's what a lot of these machines are for. I know they look like torture, but I swear it's fun. I have this one at home, but it's always fun. Ben was filming. All right. Weights area de pesas. And this machine I don't have at home, and I've been making it myself by just doing this on a barbell with a pad. So, and then this kind of looked like a roller coaster. So I was just like, I want to try it. I don't even need to do this right now. It was like an ab workout, but I was like, it kind of just looks like you're on a roller coaster. You have to be at least 5'4" to ride this ride. You couldn't really hear what I'm saying, but. Ben came with me, and then chat, are any of these protein bars? Let me know. Because I don't think I found one. I think I saw a lot of chocolate. There was a lot of chips, chocolate. This is like the convenience store at the resort. And a lot of like cookie candy things. But I don't think I saw anything that was like proteina or whatever protein is. Maybe that's French, I don't know. No, they're all cookies. Yeah. It's all, every single one of them is cookies. Oh my god. It's just a cookie shop. Oat milk? Question mark? So one thing they don't have, I know we discussed this briefly on the last stream, but at least the resort I was at, I'm not, anything I'm saying doesn't, I'm not trying to represent like all of Mexico. Obviously, we didn't even leave the resort. I know, yes. Fake tourists, I know, or like traditional tourists, I guess, want to put it that way. But they didn't have oat milk anywhere. They had like when we went to the coffee shop, they had milk, cow milk, lactose free, or low calorie milk. Those were like the three terms often used. Low calorie milk, which is like, I guess just skim milk, but it's kind of funny that they call it low calorie milk. Maybe Americans are like, oh, I want the low calorie version. Just like, I want the Diet Coke, you know, with my Big Mac, as the joke goes. So they never had oat milk or milk alternatives like soy, coconut, almond, like all the types of things that I think I'm more used to seeing in grocery stores or wherever in Canada. So I was like, wait, is this oat milk? Because I thought that was a little oat thing. But then, yeah, Snapchat replies all told me, no, it was rice milk. So I was like, well, fuck. Usually they have almond. Maybe just not the resort I was at. But I was like kind of surprised. That's sad. In Mexico City, we have like 50 types of milk. As lactose intolerance, I live off almond milk. Okay, interesting. So maybe it was just the resort. Because we went to multiple different places, whether it was for breakfast or the convenience store or at a restaurant. And I would always ask, like, do you have oat milk or anything like almond, soy? And they were all like, no. They're like, do you want lactose free? I was like, no, just give me cow milk. Like, it's fine. I'm not lactose intolerant. I can drink cow milk. I just like oat milk. All right. And this squirrel looks like he's from Canada. What the helly? Like, he looks like a gray squirrel that we have here. I was surprised. I'm like, what? I've seen you before. Did you come with me? Did you come in my suitcase? Waterworks on my toes in the pool. So this is our first pool day. And then my friend took a picture of me taking pictures of my toes. And then I was like, oh, that's actually kind of funny. You have to send that to me. Thanks. behind the scenes. I am wearing full sunscreen, didn't get one burn. There's me and Ben by the pool. The pools on this resort were crazy, which is like pretty common, right? A lot of these giant resorts. I've been to one other one in my life when I was in my 20s with my family. We went to the Dominican Republic. But I know it's common for there to be like fucking miles worth of pools that just make it really fun to swim around. But sunscreen, I didn't get burned once. You can ask Ben that question, see what he says. I only look tan because I wore self-tanner before I left. That's it. It's not from the sun. Ben on vacation. Woohoo! Me with a margarita, which was the best drink. Yeah, which makes sense, right? Because Mexico's known for their tequila. And their margaritas were so good. It's not a beverage that I really care to order here. I don't know. It's not that I don't like it, but like I just don't really order tequila. That wouldn't be my first thought. But there it was so good. And I think that it was good not just because of maybe their tequila being more local and just better, but I think their limes and what else do you put in a margarita? The salt. I think it's the limes. Because when I have limes here and I'm like, you know, want to squeeze some lime in my water or something, it's just kind of dry. And they're limes that have probably been imported from a, you know, warmer climate. But by the time they get imported all the way here and maybe they were stored in a certain way, I feel like they kind of lose their flavor. So I think that's what it is. It's just like it ends up not being good limes, at least in my experience. Too many of the limes I've had in Canada are just like kind of meh. But all of the limes and the lime juice that goes into this in Mexico were absolutely like, they tasted so limey. And I was like, is this real? Amazing. And then they rim it with tahini, which is a little bit spicy, but not too spicy. I thought it was just more like flavorful, spicy salt. This is just a straight up margarita, but they also made a mango one, which is my favorite. Limes are imported so far to Canada. They're probably just not fresh. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. All right. And look at these guys.
You guys from Madagascar, the movie? Friends for Menchie?
Look.
I don't have any food. They're so cute though. Oh my god.
This is right by the pool.
It's a coati. Is that right? Coati?
Look at him. Look at him go. Dun 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 dun.
You want some chicken? Oh my god. Hi. Hi.
Oh, look. So these are called coatis or cotimundis. I think there's like a few different names for them. And they're like little raccoon type creatures. Or they're similar to a raccoon, but they're so cute. They kind of remind me of like a bit of a ferret. Look, they're kind of ferret-like, but also raccoon. And their energy reminds me of Menchie so much. Like, just see how they kind of approach and they're like,
Hi, I'm cute. Oh, should I be scared? Oh, hi. Hi, can I like you? Oh, I don't know what to do.
like their energy is so Menchie coated. They didn't bother me. I kind of liked it, but I think, you know, they want your food. So if you're sitting by the pool, you probably don't want to feed them. But they were really cute and kind of timid, but like seem really friendly. Almost like you could pet them, but then they were like, no, don't touch me, I'm scared. But maybe we could be friends. Yeah, it kind of looks like a lemur. But they're a coatimundi or a coati. Raccoon, but also Menchie behavior coded. Anyways, this is my favorite animal that I saw. I'm not as interested in like lizards, you know, or the mini dragons or whatever. Those kind of freak me out, to be honest. But these guys, I was like, can I play with you? It's like, I want to pick you up. They're kind of like curious cats. Yeah. So I love them. I told them I love them like they were a cat. Here, I took this picture for you. Coatis, also known as coatimundis, are omnivorous mammals native to the Americas and related to raccoons. They are about the size of a large house cat and are known for their long ring tails and bandit-like facial markings. Coatis are diurnal, foraging during the day in groups called bands that can range from 4 to 40 individuals. So we definitely saw like 6 to 10 were by the pool with us. They are intelligent and curious animals that use their long, flexible snouts to search for food in crevices and under leaves, and also in pool cabanas on resorts. So cute. That's me being a shrimp. There was also shrimps there. So then we were taking the little, it's not a go-kart, like a golf cart, because we were on our way to go to dinner and then Cirque du Soleil. And lots of people have asked me already about my dress. Yes, I bought it for Mexico, thinking it kind of reminded me of like a sunset. And it's like a gradient. It'd be such a good inspo for nail art. Not that you can do it. I don't do nail art anymore. But this was also the night we were going to see Cirque du Soleil. So I thought it was kind of the perfect dress if they wanted to give me a part. So this was the first restaurant we went to, and I don't remember any of the restaurant names, but it was all delicious. I took pictures of food. My dress is a gradient. Thank you, Ben, for your photography with the lighting showing off the gradient. Beautiful. Did you get the part? Unfortunately, no, I did not get the part. I'm not that flexible. I have sciatica. I don't think I could make it. Was it your first Cirque? No, but the Cirques I had seen were not that good. Like they were like in a tent and the atmosphere was not much, and so they had less resources to like do things on. This Cirque was like a whole production with a real theater, so it was incredible. This just is beet salad. We're eating Octodaddy. I don't really like octopus, and I still don't like octopus. I tried it, but it's not really my thing. It's too squishy. And I like shrimp, so I don't know. Jen loved the octopus though. I love beets. I love beets too. So there's, yes, we are Charlie's Angels actually.
In the middle.
Look at this. Look at this.
Is chicken,
I don't know why I'm showing my nails.
with sausage chorizo, fresh cheese, pieces avocado.
So he said there's chorizo sausage, cheese, like bricks of cheese, avocado. Let's see.
And cactus leaf.
Cactus leaves.
Deep pepper.
These are cactus leaves. They kind of look like green peppers to me, but they're cactus leaves that they kind of slice up. And then there was peppers and also onions. And this bowl was chicken. And then we got another one that was beef. But the reason why it's steaming is because the bowl it's in was like a volcanic rock. And what that meant was it would continue to cook and like boil the somewhat soupy like stuff that was kind of at the bottom. And literally half an hour into our meal, like we're still picking at it and we're kind of almost done, it's still bubbling at the bottom. Like it's still cooking. Like we were cooking all night long. I found that kind of fun. I mean, I thought it was so cool. Is that what it's called? Molcajete? I'm probably saying it wrong. It's kind of like a hot pot. Yeah. It was like perma grilling kind of on our table, but I would look into it and it'd be like boiling like a lava pit. Dinner is served in a giant bowl ×2 because we got a beef one. The chicken was the best though. Oh my God, delicious. And then I was trying to drink different wines to decide if one was more expensive than the other. And I was like, no, that one's better. All right. And I think that's...
Jen. Hi.
Is that the end? Because then I do Cirque. Yes. Okay. Moving on to Cirque du Soleil. This was crazy. I have never had this experience with the past like smaller cirques I went to. We sat down and there's a whole like spread of these incredible looking little appetizers, and there's a bottle of champagne, like all of this per each 2 people. And I'm like, what is this? Also, I was so full. We just ate so much dinner, so we didn't even get to eat all of this. But I had this, which was like a shrimp cocktail in a little shot glass. Amazing. I wish I'd known that there would be more food, but I don't know. It was absolutely just like the scene and everything. So you are allowed to film and take pictures up to like a minute or something. They gave us the rules, but just no flash, obviously. But that's terrifying. So the show's kind of split between those like intermittent kind of acts where they're being a little goofy, and then kind of more serious acrobatics, which I prefer the more serious acrobatics. Like, look at this shit. Wow. Amazing. I don't know if that's too loud, but look at these guys go. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Like, how do they do that?
Wow.
Whee!
Chad.
When you have too much coffee. Never. Too much tea, though. He's going to sleep. This girl was incredible, too. This is aerial hoops, which I have seen but not done. I've not done this. But, like, that was just, wow, amazing. And there was this like giant curtain that was flowing around, and like a girl's coming from the sky with fish around her. Jellyfish were floating around. People were crawling on tables. I think I panned to, like, we weren't at a table. We just had like a little thing. But see how there's like people on other people's tables? There's people eating at the table where this girl's doing this crazy shit. So if you were seated like right there, look at these people. Like that's an incredible experience, I think, to be right there literally in the show. Is there a plot to the show? Oh, I guess that was the last one. There kind of is, with the like kind of goofy in between parts. I'm calling it goofy because there's like, it's almost like Simlish. What's the word you use for like when Sims talk that isn't English? They kind of do that with like a little bit of a skit in between the acrobatic stuff. And my assumption is that they intersperse those like skit things because it's kind of impossible to make a show, you know, an hour to 2 hours long with just people doing really difficult acrobatics. Like a single person can't do this for too long, and also getting so many of those people for too long is probably impossible. So I think they kind of intersperse a little bit of story in between because it helps give some breathers and breaks to the like insane talent part. That's my guess, right? Yeah. What was the name of the show? Oh, fuck, I can't remember. It had a rabbit in the picture. Roja? Ben might remember. They also need to change sets. Yeah, exactly. So it helps them do like transition stuff. But we saw the show in Portland. My jaw was dropped. Yeah, my jaw was dropped. This lady was crazy. Like, what's going on? She would go on her hands and then just like fucking chill there and be like, yeah, I'm just swimming upside down. What? Okay. Next morning, we're making tea in the microwave because there was no kettle. But I am a resourceful woman. The current show running in Cancun is called Joya. Yes, it is Joya. Yep, that sounds familiar. Joya, and there's like a rabbit as the picture. Next morning, we're making tea in the microwave because there was no kettle. There was a hot plate and a stove. And I was like to my sister, how am I going to make tea? And she's like, just boil water. And I'm like, you know how long that'll take? Wait a second. I know what to do. There's a microwave. So don't worry, chat. I still had tea every day. We learned how to improvise. This is at their little grocery market. I noticed with the charcuterie meats, they store their Kinder eggs there. Like the chocolate eggs. I was so confused. I was like, maybe because it's humid, the chocolate Kinder Surprise eggs need to go in the fridge. I hear that. Makes sense, right? Because they would melt like my omega-3 supplement. But they're like with all the meat. I was like, that's kind of interesting. Do you guys always put your chocolate with your meat in the meat drawer? There was other parts of the fridge. That's why, like, this wasn't the only fridge. There was drinks, there was like fruit salads, there was a lot of other places the Kinder Egg could have gone. So I don't know about this decision. All right, back in the gym, day 2. It's upper body day, or I get to try every single machine I don't have because it looks like fun. That one was really fun. But it's just way too much equipment. No, this one's actually the best, but it's the biggest waste of space to only be able to do one thing with. So I would never get this. But it works really well. Shoulder press machine. It's basically the first machine, but lying down. These probably don't look very different to some people. You're probably like, this is all the same. This I have at home, but I couldn't figure out the tricep machine. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just do these. Then we went to the water park. And it wasn't just any water park. Okay, this wasn't just like family friend zone. No, I was tricked into doing like scary thrill-seeking slides, which is typically not my thing. So I'm gonna walk you through that and some pictures. I don't have as much video because you couldn't take your phone up. So it's only when Ben or our other friend was standing at the bottom with their phone and happened to capture us. So we're gonna go through that, but I was tricked. And I think I have some footage of it. But I'm just gonna do a quick pee out the tea. And I will BRB. Let me know if you get an ad for moving to Canada or Mexico. And I will BRB. Hola! I'm back. Italian pasta ad. Thrivent ad. Duolingo to speak Spanish. Tea ad. Southwest Vacations. There you go. Okay. So let's, here, I'll turn the sound on. Watch this. Did you hear the scream? That was me.
Who won? Who's the winner? Who's last? Oh, you have to do the drop zone now.
No! Okay, another scream. Ready? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause it there because I want to show you pictures. So, yes, I bought the professional photography pictures after this because I just thought they were too funny. So, okay, it's been years since I've been to a water park. Like, I just don't go to water parks. I don't know. I guess, like, I like to stay on the ground. I don't like to do fun things in the air or things where I'm flying around. I don't really want to go in a helicopter or skydive or bungee jump or any of that stuff, okay? Water parks, like, I could swim-ish. I don't mind, like, a low-key slide, maybe a lazy river, you know? Like, yeah, that's fun. Get some sun, get in the water, whatever. So we walk to the slides, and then my friend's like, oh, we're gonna do this, and I'm like, it's fine, right? Like, it's not a big deal. We're not gonna drop. It's not a roller coaster. And she's like, no, it's like it's the family zone. And then I look over, and it does say like Familia something. Okay. And I was just like, okay, sure. So I just trusted her, and we go up to the top, like we're walking up and up and up a bunch of stairs, and then the guy at the top goes, I thought I heard him say fast or slow, like which one do you want? But I didn't see which way he pointed because I don't know, I just wasn't looking. And then my friend was like, this one, but she didn't say which word. So she's like, this one, we're taking this one. And then I was like, okay. And then, so I sit in the tube, and they have us sit like this, and the guy's like, hold on. And I said I didn't want to go backwards, right? Because I could tell without seeing the bottom or like how this ride was going to go. I was like, I just don't want to sit backwards, okay? So I get in first. I say, I don't want to be backwards. So, keep it this way. So I sat forwards. And then the two of them get in, and he turns it around on purpose. So I'm backwards. And I go, no, I don't want to be backwards. And the guy goes, bye, lady. And just pushes us, and he's laughing at us. And I'm like, no, what did I do to you? So after that, we just kept joking with each other, bye, lady. if we were sick of each other's shit. It was truly evil. Who do I sue? I'm glad they had a sense of humor though, because like even though I couldn't really understand, and they don't all speak English either, he was just like, bye, lady. I am an old lady. How did he know? Okay, so here's the pictures that I bought because they were just too ridiculous. This was actually the first time we went on. I think the bye lady story was the second. I just merged them, but I did go again after I was tricked. But as I'm screaming, so that clip you saw on Snapchat, that was the second time I went on. The first time wasn't captured on camera, but I screamed and I was like, "You tricked me!" Because we were flying up this fucking wall. Like, so I feared that if there was like 2 people instead of 3, like we would have just like flown right off. Or maybe it's the opposite. If there was more people or just a heavier weight, you would have just fucking flown right out. It felt like I was gonna go into the sky and die. Like it was crazy. I mean, it's probably safe. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just telling you what I was feeling. Like I felt like it was insane because I was not expecting it. I was not expecting to fly up a fucking wall. And here's another This is the beginning of the dip that felt like a roller coaster. And I was like, no! Look at all of us. Our mouths have never been so wide. Bye, lady. Okay, but did you have fun? Yeah, it was fun. But I wasn't expecting it. So I was like really kind of pissed at first in a fun way. Yeah, that's a good pic. Shouts out to the photographer who got this one. I was like, yeah, I'll pay for that one. Like, Jen looks like she's having fun and screaming, and so does our friend. I look like I'm not okay. Like, I'm like seriously stressed. I am stressed. There's another. That one's good of Jen. She looks like she's having a good time. So we went on this slide and the slow slide, which wasn't slow, but it was just a little more tepid a couple times. So that's why we're in a few configurations. I only got the 4 pics. This pic was fun. This was after that slide like race thing where you're supposed to race down, but like, I don't know what I'm doing. You hold on to these handles and all I could think about was, I don't want to break a nail. But I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't want to do this ride. And they're like, yeah, that was so fun. Let's do it again. No, I don't want to do it again. This is the conversation. Okay. And then we went. So after these thrilling slides, I was like, that's enough. Okay, can we do the lazy river? This is the lazy river. Okay, that was kind of fun though. That's the only clip I have of the lazy river. But we were doing a twirl thing and it made you kind of spin around. The lazy river was my favorite ride that I still managed to scream on. But it was so long, and I think that's why it's just so fun because you can just go forever. It felt like time didn't really exist. And it was just a good time on the river. Lazy rivers are awesome, right? And then there was like a bar on the way, and then they were like, do you want a margarita, señorita? And we're like, sí, yes, obviously, duh. Beyond margaritas, I also tried a pina colada and a Miami Vice, which I know it says Miami. I guess that's a Miami thing. But a Miami Vice is a pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri, like on top of each other, which was, I think, the best way to try both of them. I like the pina colada better. Maybe it's because pineapple is like grown locally in Mexico, and it was so good. The pineapple was so good. So therefore the pina colada and the coconuts, obviously too, in a pina colada. And I love a pina colada profile. I make my smoothies, as you know, like a pina colada flavor, but that's using like powders that are supposed to simulate it and whatever coconut milk I get in a can, but certainly not closer to fresh. So it was truly incredible. Were they frozen at all? They were like, they had been made slushied, yes. But you could just tell like the taste of the pineapple. I was like, it's fucking good pineapple. Both of those are so good. Yeah. The strawberry daiquiri was like, okay. But I don't know. There's something about the pineapple there that I was like, this is just delicioso. Okay, let's continue. And then we left. I'm just waving. I don't know. Nothing really to see there. But we left the water park.
He's just chilling.
Who left their dragon outside? Like, he was so big.
He's just chilling.
He's literally just chilling on the side of the resort. Like, you just walk by him. I realize some of you are like, yeah, I have those in my backyard. Shut up, Christine. But like, for me, I'm like, what is crawling beside me? What? Like, there are no lizards in Canada. Well, not none, but just like, not like that. That's crazy. What? I should have taken a picture. Look at his nails. Look at his claws. Wild. There was also these cute little, like, they look like blue jays, but not. Like, they were so blue. They were such a pretty color. They look like the color of waterworks. I was like, you are stunning. You just need a little glitter. Beautiful. And these little guys, they kind of look like a beaver. Was it a Mexican beaver? I don't know the names. It kind of looked like a groundhog or a beaver to me, in my Canadian knowledge. I don't know what music that is, so I'll turn that off. This was lunch at the water park, and it was chef level. Like, I don't understand how everything, the chicken, the guacamole, the sauce, the tacos, the shells, the fish, we just got like a full spread for lunch. We were so hungry, and everything was delicious. And even Ben, who's like, you know, a connoisseur of things like chips and guac, like he loves that alongside hummus. Guacamole, avocados, obviously way better in Mexico than Canada because they're like right there on the fucking tree. But versus us, where I'm pretty sure we import a lot of our avocados from Mexico, but it takes a while to get here, and maybe they're kind of old or just not as good, right? But this was so good, and this was the water park. The water park food was amazing. So I was like, wow, you've never seen a water park have such fancy food, right? Like, honestly, Canada and America could never. This was like chef level tacos. We have there's a taco restaurant that's like a chef taco restaurant. They're like more elevated tacos in Ottawa. And they like pride themselves on like making it like more exquisite or having like a more authentic one. And there's more effort that goes into it than like a fast food chain, right? That's what this was on level. Like, but we're at a water park. I'm just like, what? The food is so good. It was not computing. Yeah, park food in, you know, at like Canada's Wonderland, or what do you guys have, Six Flags or something? Like, they could never. Absolutely not. What do we have instead? Like waffles with sugar fake ice cream dumped on top that melts weird or doesn't melt because it's not really real. Like, that's what we get at roller coaster places. Yeah. This is making me hungry. I know, me too. Or yeah, corn dogs or like a slice of pizza that's been sitting there for 12 hours. So then we went back to the pool. This is back at the resort pool. We were like, no, we need to swim more, but calmly. And I took this picture because there was a giant cloud on one side and then there was sun on the other side. Quite wild weather. It was pretty consistently sunny, but then occasionally there'd be like a sun shower. This is a mango margarita, which also delicious. My only regret is not getting like a full mango and just eating it myself. Like, just give me the actual mango. I just couldn't find anywhere to order or procure. There's Jen again. A full mango. Someone asked if we were all sisters. We said C. Yes. We were like, yeah. Now we're going out for dinner. Look at those cute like lights that are just hanging around the resort. Very pretty, very nicely lit. And I guess you can do that when you don't have to worry about snow. So my dress matched the scene again, and that was an accident. I didn't know there would be like a bunch of purple lights here, but I'm like, perfect. I'm a content creator. I'm an influencer. Take my picture. Well, this one's a little dark, Ben. I didn't add any filters or do anything to any of them, but These two were wearing the exact same dress though, which is cute. So I was in the middle. So we had dinner on the beach. See, we were standing on the beach. And I asked them to take our picture, and she put this filter on. But I said, you know what? It's perfect. 10 out of 10. And then we had some drinks. Oh, it must have skipped over what I was going to mention about. Instead of an espresso martini, which is generally vodka, it has been tequila, but in Mexico, they do a carajillo. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's spelled like this. I think you say carajillo, like you don't pronounce the J, right? But I got to learn over, you know, accidentally, incorrectly ordering vodka espresso martinis that no, I should be ordering a carajillo. Carajillo. There. I'm getting better. I need more practice. I gotta go back. But it's made with espresso as well, but using a different alcohol, Licor 43, which I am not familiar with at all. But it was absolutely delicious. And when we were at Cirque du Soleil, and now I'm inspired and I'm going to use this as a party trick. I thought I had it in the clip, but maybe it just deleted it. Snapchat does that. The bartender at Cirque du Soleil, like, was making the drink, you know, and he was making it like he was in Cirque du Soleil, like throwing shit around, which I guess makes sense. You know, if they're going to have bartenders, they're going to get ones who are really good at doing that control of pouring from up here and whatever. Anyways, he finishes the drink. It's nice and frothy. It's beautiful. Presentation is like a big part of these more froth drinks. And he takes a cinnamon stick, like a real cinnamon stick. He lights it on fire, and then it like does a little show. And then he goes, and he puts the stick out in the drink as if it was like putting out a cigarette. You know, we see that in a movie. Someone like smashes a cigarette on the ground. But he just like takes the flaming cinnamon and goes, and then stirs it for like one rotation and then passes you the drink. It was a whole presentation. And then it tasted like it was smoked cinnamon. It was very good. If you can tell, my jaw was almost as wide as the water slide. I have never had such a crafted cocktail that had such a unique flavor to it that I was just like so impressed with the show and like the show of making it and the lighting the cinnamon stick on fire. And I'm like, I want to do that. I really love cinnamon. So it was such a good, different variation of like a espresso martini vibe. Obviously it's not the same ingredients other than the espresso, but like it achieves kind of the same vibe, the same thing, I think, but just amazing. So recommend if you go anywhere where you can order this, maybe they smoke a cinnamon stick in there, maybe not. Maybe that was just like their kind of custom trick and touch, but that's what I would do for now on if I ever try and recreate this. If I can find Licor 43. Can I even get this in Canada? I don't know. What even is it? I don't know. It's like a vanilla-y. Okay, we're just shopping for alcohol now. All right, cheers. Just taking some pickies, salmon. I got salmon. So we went to another restaurant the next night, a different one, and they served it on a plate that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a ceramic plate that keeps the heat, which I think is so unique and smart. And why the fuck don't we do that? It's like a desk mug warmer for your food. Because maybe you don't, eat your whole salmon in like 5 seconds. So it prevents it from getting cold, the pieces that are remaining on your plate for the duration of however long it takes you to eat your food. It's so smart. Y'all don't have that? I mean, like, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I have never been to a restaurant, at least to my recollection, where this is like a normal thing, right? Is it? I don't even know if it's a normal thing in Mexico. That's normal for grilled food? What? I've been to plenty of places where I get like a grilled, you know, a nicer restaurant where there's like steak, chicken, fish, and it's never served on the plate that stays hot for 30 minutes. What? Wouldn't it keep cooking it? Maybe a little bit. But like they tell you like don't touch that. And it's not just don't touch the plate because it's hot. That's not the same thing. Don't touch the ceramic plate. No, this is like, you've only seen this in Mexican restaurants. See? It's literally so smart. Why is the rest of us so dumb? They do it for fajitas in the South. Okay. Yeah. I think I need like a food heater for my garbage plates, my garbage bowls that I want to keep warm. Haven't seen it? I live here? What? You haven't seen this? Okay, it could just be this restaurant, but very smart, very intelligente. And Ben ordered what was called a flaming steak. Like that was literally the name of it, at least the translation to English. And so our server was doing like magic with, I guess that's oil, right? In order for it to like catch fire and stay blue. Look at him, look at him. He's doing Cirque du Soleil for dinner. This wasn't even Cirque du Soleil night. And that's a steak with a bunch of butter. I didn't touch the butter. Okay. Ready? Ready? Oh, wow. 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 Beautiful. Steak on fire. Whoa. Steak on fire. It was literally on fire. Like it burned for like a good minute. Ooh, look. Oh my God. Wow. The smell is emanating. Ben is so happy right now. How does the smell smell? Oh. That was a hard turn. How does the smell smell? Hold on. I do have a picture of Ben actually from that night. Ben loves steak, right? You might have heard this. He loves different cuts of meat, different steaks. This one was like on a block of, I don't even know what that is, but it I think also kept it warm. But I have a picture of Ben with the Wagyu, which was another piece. So he also wanted to get a piece of Wagyu. And I thought this was a good picture of him. He's very happy. He's like, this is the last piece. Is it a lava rock? Is that what it is? It could be. Oh, I do have the video of the Caraillo. Caraillo. Here. I just caught the end. I wasn't filming, but look. Bloop. Just seeing what I missed. Oh, these we've already seen. Oh my God, wow, the smell is emanating. All right, oh, the espresso song. All right, next day. Wait, no, not the next day. I gotta show you another picture. So, that night. Okay, has anyone heard of, does anyone know what this is? Like the bottle. Do you recognize it? Maybe from a movie? Maybe from pop culture? Maybe from just, I don't know, your parents' basement? Okay. Yes, it is the fancy expensive tequila. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, some of you know. I admittedly don't know much about tequila. It's not really something that I typically have ordered or had. All the extent of my knowledge dates back to when I was in university and everyone said Patron on ice was like the most expensive tequila we knew of in Canada. but no one bought it because we were students and no one wanted to waste that much money or we couldn't afford it. So if anything, we just had whatever the cheapest tequila was that nobody remembers the name because that wasn't significant. But anyways, as it turns out, the actual most fancy tequila in the world, the lore is that it's this Clase Azul. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's not Patron, guys. Okay, hello millennials, contrary to the music that we learned when we were young, Patron on Ice is not the best of tequilas. It's not even the most expensive. No, this is this authentic ceramic enclosure that has the nicest tequila in it, the fanciest, the most distilled, etc., etc. And it has a bell on top, like a silver bell that if you hit it, it like ding ding ding. like on a waiter's desk, you know, the ding ding ding, it does that. You've seen a video of someone dropping one of those? Pff, that's crazy. Aren't these like hundreds of dollars? Maybe more than that. Yeah, that silver thing is a bell. Well, and I guess they come in like different colors or different versions. Like, ooh, what's the black one? Here, let's write Clase Azul price US dollars. It's gonna vary though, because in Mexico, I don't think it's as expensive than in America, right? So, Clase Azul vary significantly. Resposado, I think, is Plata the silver one? I don't know. I thought it was like a few $100s, but maybe that was like at LCBO. There, $300 at LCBO in Canada. Yeah. That's expensive. Yes, I know, but look at this one. This one is $3,000. Why? Ultra aged. That's crazy. This one's $1,400. It's on sale for what? 2 a.m. liquor? Is it more when you go when you order at 2 a.m.? Okay, well, we didn't have the black bottle. We had the white one. That's where I was getting. It is very expensive tequila, and it's like kind of known, and it has a bell, so it's like a whole show. Anyways, we ordered it. We ordered the fanciest tequila. Hold on, I'm gonna start it over.
Ready? Mexico. Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico.
The server's filming for us.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah, you don't need.
You don't need lime and salt, but it's up to you, all right?
Nice,
Okay. Un placer. Buenas noches.
Did you hear what I said? I said, they're all like, oh, you don't need lime. It's so nice. It's so clean because it's, you know, so distilled. And then I had grabbed a lime, and then he looks at me and I'm like, I just like limes. Yeah. I'm just a stupid lady. After this, he should have been like, bye, lady. Goodbye. Yeah. Good night, lady. Buenos noches, lady. Yeah. So that's the bottle right there. And fun fact, because I guess people don't order from this like fancy, more expensive tequila, because you can get so much tequila in Mexico for not as much, anywhere near as much. That we can get it in Canada or probably the States or maybe parts of the States. So I don't think like people are normally ordering this. So he said they didn't have that much left and that no one really orders this. So if we wanted, because the bottle was going to be empty by the time he poured our 5 little shots, if we wanted, we could keep the bottle. So they let us take the bottle, which is kind of crazy because like we didn't ask to keep it, and like it's kind of a keepsake piece that maybe you would, you know, the bar might have wanted to save or put on display. We were like, absolutely. So the bottle is empty because we drank the last 5 shots from it. And so I would show it to you, But my friends have it still because they packed it in their suitcase to bring home because I didn't have room. But I'm going to retrieve it from them soon. So we literally have that memory from our trip to Mexico from the fancy tequila bottle that we drank out of in Mexico. And I did ring the bell. I just don't have an appropriate video of that to show you. At least not on this channel. Maybe on Munchie Gang. That's so fun. What a nice waiter. Yes, he was very nice. So was everyone. Shut up. That's so fun. I know. I'm going to display it with the rest of my alcohol. Like sometimes I like to buy a fancy bottle just because like it looks cool and like I'm like, don't drink out of it. It's just it's pretty. This one will be empty, but to be able to display that and it literally be like a piece of something that we have from vacation is just so cool. Like that's better than any souvenir that you could, you know, buy in an airport or whatever. So very excited about that one. Fill it with Patron. Oh my God. I would be for shamed like if I did that. This is like apparently far more superior. They laugh at Patron. They're just like, no. Trash. Trash, señorita. No. Lol, display alcohol. I mean, like, guys, come on. We display bottles of nail polish, like, not just to use them, but like to display them. So, is it really weird that people display cool looking bottles of alcohol? No. We're all collectors. No, Ben. That's not why. You dingo. You coati. Stop being a coati. Please, Queen. Cool Ranch restock. Unfortunately, I wasn't going to make it for this year. So it looks like it'll have to wait. I'm still hoping that we can do a small, quick restock early next year. And then that be it. Probably because it's seasonal. But that's the goal. But this is gonna happen, so as per usual, if you want something when it comes out, then get it. And if you're not that pressed, she's retired. If you're not pressed about it, then yeah, you might have to wait. Some of us have thousands of bottles of nail polish to display, right? I don't have thousands of bottles of alcohol. Slow down now, but this one is a collector's item as far as like cool bottles of alcohol go. Would be fun to do nail art like that bottle. I fear I am not that talented. All right, let's go back to the gym. The next morning. Also, how am I working out after all this tequila? Can someone else explain the science to me? How it is possible that I was drinking alcohol every day, except for the traveling days, of our vacation, and was totally fine. Woke up at 8 a.m., felt great, ready to go to the gym. I went 3 days. I went every day that wasn't a travel day. How? I was in the sun all day, wearing sunscreen. Is it high quality liquor? I mean, I was also drinking like some sugar in the drinks too. But is that just, it's because I'm crazy? Am I just crazy? Because I can't do this at home. I could not drink 3 days in a row at home and wake up every morning and go to the gym and feel great. That's not happening. Fresh air, is it fresh air? Hydration, I hydrate all the time. Drink your water. Is it the vacation air? It's just a vacation. I just think, you know, people are just better on vacation, maybe. Supposedly good tequila doesn't give you a hangover. Maybe that's what it is, because yeah, there's just like the occasional espresso martini, but I don't think I had any other type of liquor other than tequila, because I had a lot of margaritas, which is just tequila, and that tequila, because we were like, you're in Mexico, you know, might as well have the margaritas. So maybe that's what it is. It's just better quality. So I need to stop drinking vodka and start drinking tequila. I think that's what I'm learning. You were also sweating it out. Actually, I think that's exactly it, Summer 143. Because I don't sweat here. because it's so dry and it's cold. And I was sweating, like in the sun, I was sweating. You know, we were running around. I was even sweating in the gym. And I'm like, why am I sweating? I normally don't sweat in the gym because it's so fucking dry here. You know what? I actually think that might truly be part of it, is that when you sweat, because one time I saw like a naturopath who said that I should do sauna therapy so I can sweat out toxins. And I just thought that was just her like saying like woo-woo shit. You know, I'm just like, oh, the toxins, okay, the toxins are everywhere. Okay, but I also do think that there is truth, just maybe she said it weird or I misunderstood it weird, to the body being able to expel through sweat, right? Like to expel and then rehydrate, right? That is true. But I think the way she phrased it to me, I was just kind of like, what are you talking about? Because I've heard the same thing alongside woo-woo stuff. So I was like, I don't know, like, do I really need to go in a sauna every day or what? But now I think I do, because I think me sweating every day maybe helped. And in conclusion, I need a humidifier. It's 29% humidity in this room. And I also need to sweat more. So I need to go to the sauna. I need to go to the spa. Actually, you know, you just go back to Mexico. You get all those things. As long as you're drinking water. I make sure to drink a full glass of water for every drink that I'm having, and also in between meal servings. Like if they give me the appetizer and then the food is coming soon, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna chug this cup. That's just a habit I've always had. I do this at home too. It's not just in Mexico or a dehydration thing. So I was well hydrated, and I always am well hydrated no matter where I am, because now it's just like a habit to like chug this. I find on stream is actually when I drink the least, because I'm talking so much and it's just distracting for me to like chug a bunch. So I'm not really chugging water on stream. Now I'm thinking about it, so I am drinking, but. Sweat equals dehydration, more likely purity of alcohol. Okay, pure alcohol in Mexico. Okay, one of those sauna bags. Okay, anyways, back to the gym, back to my fun machine. And then I had to try pull-ups. See how many I can do on vacation. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm failing. 4. 5. That's it. Which is like, no, I can't. No, not 6. Yep. Normally I can do 6. Today I did 7. No, was that today? No, yesterday. I can't remember. Yesterday I did 7, I think. For the first time? Is that the first time I did 7? Can't remember my own records. But the fact that I could like, yeah, do that many after drinking for days straight and like, what? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is happening? Thank you. Yes. W's, GG's, we win. There's a little crocodile friend. Then we went for, I forget where we were going. Was it breakfast? But I saw a little crocodile. Oh yeah, we went for breakfast. We had our first mimosa. All this time hadn't had like a breakfast drink. And then on our last morning there, last full day there, we had a fun breakfast with a little mimosa, and mine was a pineapple mimosa, because when I'm in Mexico, I'm gonna get all the fruit that is grown there or near, right? Because it'll taste really good. So I had lots of pineapple, mango. I got the guava was amazing. Look at this fruit platter. So this was mango, watermelon, strawberries, and guava. Or was it papaya? Fuck, it might have been papaya. Oh, I love fruit, but fruit is hit and miss in grocery stores here. Like sometimes it kind of tastes like nothing. Like you get a honeydew melon and it tastes like nothing. Yeah. Or they're just kind of rotting. Like strawberries. Sometimes we buy them and whatever. It's really seasonal. Like Ontario grows some berries. Like berries are grown in Ontario, but it's very seasonal. So trying to buy some right now in December, like good luck. Like they're not coming from Canada, right? They're coming from whether it's California or Mexico, which just means that they're probably not going to taste as good because they took longer to get here, blah, blah, blah. That's papaya. Is it papaya? I can't remember. Is it papaya or guava? Whatever it was, the kind of orangey one, this one, so fucking good. It was probably my favorite on the platter. Even though the mango, and there was pineapple in there too, was also delicious, but I guess because I never have papaya. I don't even think you can find those here, and if you do, they're probably not good. This was just like a yogurt and granola with a giant thing of fruit, and then I also got eggs and sausage on the side. Get your protein in. And I did have a cactus celery drink. Maybe that was the next day. This was Ben's. He got eggs Mexican style, and they were very spicy, but very good. Like delicious. Everything was so good. I'm so hungry looking at this. Hello everyone, it's me, Crocodile, again. Pool day. I don't think I got any significant tan or sun, to be quite honest. Like, when I was on a meeting this week with the HOLO Taco team, they were like, oh, you look tanned, like, from your trip, right? And then I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't want to get into it, but I think I just, the self-tanner I put on, like, just this lotion stuff before I left is what you're seeing, because I wore sunblock the entire time, and I don't think I actually got any significant tanning from that experience, or burn, which is good. Don't want to burn, wear your sunscreen. But I don't think I got any color from the trip. It's just from the lotion. So whatever, people will think I went on a trip. POV, you're my margarita. These are the classic ones with lime. Ben was reading, okay? Bentendo Book Club. He was reading. Is he reading a book that you guys are gonna discuss? What's he reading? I can't tell. I'm not allowed to read. What's the cactus fruit called? I think it's just called cactus leaf. But interesting. Like, I didn't even know you could eat a cactus leaf. No, there was no spikes on it. Yes, everyone apply your sunscreen and reapply after going in the water. And I always bring a special type of face sunscreen that's like by a company that makes skincare, because my face will get more fucked up if I use like the stuff for your body on my face. So I always buy my own like 60 SPF face sunscreen. It's called Nopales. Oh, okay. All right, Ben is reading, and then the girls and I walked to the pier. So we went to the beach and walked all the way out to a thing where you could kind of like go away from the land, but you're still on land and not in the ocean. These are my sandals that you guys loved. I just thought they looked so cute with waterworks on the toes. Kind of perfect for that. Waterworks plus rhinestone sandals plus a band-aid because I kept getting blisters. And this is our last night. Oops. Cheers. Cheers. This was a sushi night. Oh, yeah, these appetizers were so good. This was eggplant and goat cheese and like charred roasted cherry tomatoes. You know how hard it is to do that and like keep them intact? I mean, I don't try, but I just like, I can imagine. And this was asparagus and grapefruit. Amazing. And then it was sushi, which is not a traditional Mexican, you know, dish, obviously, but it was so good. I was like, why is this so good? Everything was truly delicious. The crab meat. So there's that. Very, very good. We did try and change up the theme of everything we were eating, right? So like the first night was more traditional Mexican style of serving in the volcanic bowl. You guys said the name, I just can't remember. It started with an M. And then the second night we did more of like a steak night with the flaming steaks. Got some wagyu. And then the third night we did a sushi night. And they have good fish, yes. So the salmon there is incredible. The crab is real crab, not imitation crab. Real crab. It's absolutely delicious. The molcajete, yeah. That's what I meant. No seafood towers. No, we didn't get any seafood towers.
Pastor, beef, chicken.
What did you say? Castor?
Ben. Ben is hot sauce.
That's a good pick of the table. But Ben got some tacos and sushi. And then all of a sudden he had multiple drinks in front of him and didn't know what to consume next. Ben was having fun. So let's see if I can name them. That's a margarita. That's water. Drink your water. Okay, water, margarita, carajillo, old fashioned, and cerveza, beer. Well, this stream has given me 9 million different cravings. I know. I'm hungry and thirsty. And I want a margarita. And it's Wednesday at 7 p.m. So Ben isn't the wildest one, right? He's not like, you know, trying to drink all the time. You know, he's just a calm, cozy boy, right? Anyways, he did have a few beverages, trying different things, and I think he did like the carajillo because it's espresso, and he likes that. Old fashioned is probably his thing because, you know, he's a boomer, so that makes sense. But he also really enjoyed the margaritas, so much so that when we were at the airport, I'm outing him. We're at the airport, like, we're returning home. We're tired. We're done partying, you know, back to reality. And we're at the airport, and he orders a margarita. We're at the Mexico airport. This is right before we're leaving. Like, he asked me what I want. I'm like, can you get me a tea? You know what to do. So he goes up to get a tea, and then he comes back with a tea and what looks like a mixed drink. I'm like, what's that? He goes, it's a margarita. I'm like, you're drinking? Like, we're leaving. We're at the airport. Ben was not done. No, he was not done. He goes, but the margaritas are so good. And I'm like, I know they're good. So he really said, last one for the road, except not the road, it was the air. Yeah. So that was a fun Ben. I had a good laugh there. I was just like, wow, I would not have expected that from you, but I loved it. He is a changed man. All right, and there's just a few left on here. This is our last morning because our flight was at like noon. We had to leave to the airport, so we had one more morning, but no partying because except for Ben apparently. But we saw some flamingos, which were so pink. They're such a beautiful pink coral color. Snapchat's not really showing it, but look at their like black underwing. Stunning.
Whoa. Okay, show up.
They're like a Christian Louboutin shoe, but inverted. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. I thought I was in Florida for a second. Oh, and this was so fun to read about the animals. They have like little signs that explain about them. And they say, the flamingos are pink because the wingtip feathers are black. Wait, that's not, sorry. I read it wrong. The pink color of the flamingos is present due to pigmentation obtained from their feeding. And then if you keep reading, it says, it is considered omnivorous because it can feed on seeds, algae, larvae, crustaceans, gastropods, and organic matter. The Artemia brine shrimp is a genus of crustaceans which constitute their main source of food, also the reason for the pink color of their plumes. The flamingos are pink because they eat shrimp. I eat shrimp. I'm kind of pink. My hair is kind of turning pink. It's fading from red to pink, sort of. Maybe it's all the shrimp, okay? Maybe you eat shrimp, you pink, okay? So flamingos, they're just like us. They love shrimply. You didn't know that? No, I did not know that. How would I know that? We don't have flamingos here. I guess I've been to Florida, but I did not know that. I learn something every day in Mexico. This was a cactus leaf pineapple wellness juice. I was like, what kind of wellness green drinks do you have on our last morning in Mexico? And the guy recommended their cactus leaf one. And I was like, yes, give me that. It was cactus leaf, pineapple juice, celery, and maybe a little bit of avocado. I can't recall. But it was better than any green juice I've had here, to be honest. Like here, green juices are just like kale and apple to like counteract the taste of kale, which is generally not good. But this, like, oh, wow. Because their pineapple juice is just so delicious. And yeah, it was really amazing. I was like, I could drink 7 of these and like not think it's healthy. You know what I mean? The Last Supper. So this was like called a superfood waffle with like a mango chutney. I had a little bite. It was delicious. And then she got eggs and avocado, like double avocado. She really likes avocado. We got some bacon sides. I got the same yogurt dish, but this time less fruit because last time there was just so much that I was having trouble eating it all. So I was like, we're getting on a plane. I don't want to have too much fruit, but got everything else. Got some eggs on the side and a whole chicken breast. So one thing that you can do, or at least at this resort, was like you could add a chicken breast to anything. Like you could add a chicken breast to your nachos, to your salad, to your eggs. And it was just so good. I don't know what it is about the spices, or maybe it's oh my God, it's the humidity. Guys, the humidity affects your hair, your nails and the glossy taco, your omega-3 supplements, and your chickens. That's why they're so moist, right? I mean, I'm sure the spices and, you know, the cooking is also very good. But like, hello, maybe all the chicken I've been eating is just dry as fuck because this is Canada. That's why, Ben. Like, we were just discussing, we didn't understand how their chickens were so good. Like, why? Everything is natural? Is it just everything is unnatural where I am? Oh my God. I gotta move. I couldn't get over how delicious and moist just like a simple chicken breast was. And every time, because I added it to like every meal basically. Spices have nothing to do with moisture. Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm just saying the spice can also contribute to something tasting better, but it wasn't just the flavoring. It was the moistness of the chicken. It was almost like pulled chicken, you know, is how I would describe it, being closer to that. Sometimes I eat a chicken here. It's like a rotisserie chicken and it's like kind of dry. But that makes sense because our air is dry. The air is not dry in Mexico. And the chicken. It's very good. All right, time to head home, I guess. See y'all later. Bye. Gracias, Mexico. It's been a real one. Snapchat thought I was naked in this picture. Actually, this wasn't the only picture. In many pictures. So it limited my reach. I was like, okay. The pilot told us we were flying over New York City and to look outside, so I did and took this picture. This plane had a screen, so you could see us going back to the land of snow. We landed in Montreal for a layover and ended up being delayed a few times, so that's why I didn't get home until 1 in the morning. But this is kind of a cool shot. Ooh, this is Montreal, not Ottawa. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about. We talked about how Mexico humidity maybe affected many things, right? Like it affects nail polish potentially, omega-3 supplements, the chickens, who knows. But my skin actually looked normal within, I'd say 2 days, maybe 1.5 days of being there. All of a sudden, my eyes totally cleared up. Okay. Also, I was pointing out freckles in this picture, but then I realized I'm like looking at my pictures and I'm like, wait, my eyes look normal. Why? So you know my skin problems, right? I posted it on my main channel probably like 5 or 6 years ago, where I would get these like giant rashes around my eyelid, but not just a rash, it would swell, and I have it now, like it's back. But it's being managed because I'm on immunosuppressants, or have been for at least the last year and a little bit. So while I still get flares, they're not as bad as they used to be. But that's only because I'm on something suppressing my immune system, which is being hyperactive and doing things to my fucking eyes. But it cleared up the second I was in Mexican humidity. So what the fuck? And this happens whenever I go to Florida too. My skin absolutely loves humidity. I'm very dry otherwise, but it's dry skin, like I can deal with whatever. My autoimmune eye flaring is awful and awful to live with, and it hurts, and it feels like a prison on my face sometimes. And I've talked about this before, so I'm not trying to like cry about it all over again, but even when I cry and there's a little bit of irritation, it stings because the skin barrier has been kind of fucked, right? And this has been just a recurring problem. And I've seen people say get a humidifier, but we have one built into this house, and I've had like the portable ones, and that's never really done much. Although it is really fucking dry in this particular room, so we got to fix that. But at least in our room where I sleep, it is higher. So I don't know. I think I gotta move to Mexico. But like, look how clear this is. And I don't know if you can tell from this angle, but it's like this eye more than this eye today. Sometimes it just does that. But there's like redness and it's kind of swollen. And so sometimes my under eyes like puff up, and you can see it from the profile, like it just looks like I have puffy eyes, like I need sleep, or that I'm getting older, or that I'm not wearing concealer, which I'm usually not. I don't wear concealer, like very rarely. So that's why I'll occasionally get like comments from people being like, oh, she looks so much older, because like the last time they saw me was in like, I don't know, 2017 when I was wearing makeup. And I'm like, well, yes, I am older, but also it's my eyes. And then all of a sudden, like I think, and everyone will, you know, look at themselves through a different lens than other people. So maybe some of you have been very kind and says you say you literally don't notice, but I look at my face in the mirror, you know, every day, just like you look at your face in the mirror probably every day. And when my skin clears up like this, I took a picture, and then I was like, thought I was taking a picture of my freckles, and then I'm like, I look so much younger and better and happier because there isn't like a flare trying to break through on my eyes. So when I see this picture, I'm like, oh my God, I look like I should look. And then it just makes me sad because I come back and it goes, and the second I get back, it gets fucked up again. When will it go away? Literally never, unless I move to Mexico. So I posted a comparison right after this, But second flight, finally heading back to Ottawa. Snow, boo. And I'm just like shivering, thinking, what's this gonna do to me? All right, this is the Ottawa airport. It's very, very nice, small airport, actually. Like, it's pretty cool. Look at that. And a nutcracker. We have some pretty gay chairs around our airport. I like them. Let my bags come, please. It's so late. That's the resort. People were asking. A vacation injury. Still on my arm. How'd that happen? Okay, here, look. What the fuck? Eyes after 5 days in Mexico climate. Clear. Looks zero. I'm not wearing makeup in either picture. Literally 2 days upon return. Both eyes fucked up again. And I actually think they got fucked up more because it was like a rebound. It was just like shocked to be back. It was like, no. And to be clear, it's already being suppressed because I'm on immunosuppressants. So if I wasn't on medication, this would be like 3 times worse and my eyes would be swollen completely shut like they were before I started all this. So it's bad. Like, it's really bad. And I can't cry because it'll sting. You should become a snowbird. I just don't know where because now America is not really an option, is it? And that would be much closer. I guess Mexico. I might have to buy property in Mexico for health reasons. Just like your hands? Yeah. Yeah. Some people get, I used to have it on my hands, but I don't anymore. I don't really know why or how the body decides these things. For me, it's literally just my eyes. I used to have like eczema patches on hands, but none of those experiences compare to as bad as the eye thing has been, because that's not just like a little bit itchy and dry. It's actually not even dry at all. It doesn't behave like eczema. It's more like a swelling that just goes. It's a chronic dermatitis, which is not necessarily the same thing as like little patches of eczema that I also have had, but just those all went away. Actually, those are probably all gone away because of the immunosuppressant, but I've never really considered those that detrimental to my daily living, right? It depends on the degree, right? It's very much a scale, but I was like, I don't know, fine with dealing with it, but like the eye thing I cannot deal with. It's a fucking mystery. So should I move to Mexico? Like, I'm so fucked up. Do a poll? No, I'm not doing a poll, chat. Yes, I've tried Dupixent. It did not work for me. I'm on something even worse and stronger. My bestie moved to Mexico for her health. It helped her for years, really? For like similar reasons, for the humidity? You need a sea salt jacuzzi. Ben, Christmas present. I need a sea salt jacuzzi. You need heat and humidity, not just humidity. I need heat. I love heat. I really do like heat. Like, I am always cold, so I much prefer heat. And vitamin D, I do take vitamin D supplements, but sun itself is really good. And my dermatologist actually said that too. My dermatologist and my doctor both told me to get sun, like in the summer. One said that just because she thinks it's a helpful way to get vitamin D and apart from the supplement. But the other one, the dermatologist, literally for my condition said that just being in the sun can actually help. Obviously wear sunscreen, but just it like dries up some of the eczema and it's just like good for it. And I can immediately feel it on my skin when we landed in Mexico and I walk outside, I'm like, oh, yes. Put my hair up, but everything else feels so good. It's hard to describe this feeling unless it's something you enjoy. And I know some of you are quite the opposite, right? Which is we all have different bodies with different interests in what feels good on the skin. Some people like hate humidity. They feel sticky and nasty. And I feel like I'm just really dry at baseline. So when I step into the humidity, it feels so good. It feels like I'm finally getting like relief in my skin is supple and it feels good, and it's not because I just put moisturizer on it. Some doctors prescribe going to the beach where I am from Portugal for autoimmune or skin issues. That's me basically. Face steaming? I don't know about face steaming. I tend to just stay away from like any skin treatments. Like I don't do laser or peels or retinol or anything like that. Just out of like I don't want to fuck with anything if my skin barrier is already kind of fucked. So I just use very basic skincare stuff that my dermatologist said was fine. Or that is like basically has nothing in it except the ingredient, you know, like just niacinamide or whatever. But I might get like one of those sun lamps. Like I wonder if I don't think it's a total substitute, and like maybe it doesn't really work the same way as actually stepping into the sun and in a sun and hot and humid climate, but I'm willing to try it. So I'm gonna do some research on sun lamps, or, you know, if one of them can actually do what is good without the like UV sun tanning lamp. That's not what I mean. The other part of the sun lamp. I hate humidity and heat mostly because my body has terrible temp regulation. Yeah, I guess I do too, but just I'm always cold. Do you think stress has something to do with it because you're less stressed on vacation? I don't think so, because I've gone through phases where I'm very stressed and also like more chill, and it doesn't really matter. So we went to Halifax for a short vacation and my eyes were the same. I mean, it's hard to like really prove my point because like maybe I was stressed, I don't know. But it is so obvious to me the few times in the last few years where I've gone to, like we went to Florida once a couple years ago, right? And immediately eye stuff went away. We literally went there because my eyes were exploding. And this was before I had a little bit more of like a drug solution at the time, and it worked. But that's also because I think I had to go on steroids because my eyes swelled shut. I can't remember. The timeline is mixed up. But yeah, when I go to Florida, which I have in the past, or now more recently Mexico, it immediately goes away. And it's not just when I go on a trip otherwise. So I don't think it's stress. I really think it's environmental. But it's also my immune system is reacting to the environment or not reacting. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Ay, caramba. Ay, caramba, right? Fuck. Okay. I think, was that the last thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. That's how I ended this story. Yeah. What else? Yeah. Do you like our photo shoot on the stairs? My sister did a pretty good job. Such beautiful stairs. We said, Jen, what are you doing? Bye, lady. It's pretty impressive how she got into that pose. I don't know. That was after the tequila. The Plaza Azul, the fancy tequila. It made her, she could join Cirque du Soleil, I think. How did she get into this position? I don't know. We asked her that after, when we were looking through her pictures. We were like, how did you even do this? Incredible. All right, we've seen everything else. All right, well. Did you enjoy my vacation? Is that how you felt? No, I think this was the next night. And it's also a bruise. Do you see that? Like, this whole section is a bruise. It looks kind of yellow. It's in the, like, yellow stage of bruise. And then I also have one here. I bruise really easily. Like, so, like, I could just go like this and I'd get bruised. So, did I felt? Yeah, I kind of slid off a beach seat. Okay, it was the chair's fault because it had these, like, cushions on it, and the cushions were longer than the stable chair it was under. So, like, imagine... This is the chair. Wait, no, that's bad. That's not gonna... Okay, this is like the bottom of the chair, right? Like this. No, like this. Okay. This is the bottom of the chair, and then this is the cushion. The cushions were like this. Like, they were too long for the chair, even though it was, like, at the back of the backrest. So what happened was, like, and it wasn't just me. Like, we all fell off our chair. Like, so I'm sitting on the chair, and I'm, like, you know, leaning over onto the table, picking up a drink, and it would just fall off. Right? You know what I mean? So I would just, like, slide off the chair and be like, what the fuck? Because, like, you can't see because the cushion is protruding beyond the chair and they weren't attached. So that was the last night. And I slid right off, and it, like, fell right into the, like, a piece of deck. But I caught myself with my arm on the right side. And that's why I have this injury. And I think this one, I don't know, maybe. But it did create, like, a nasty scratch and a huge bruise. Like, I'm kind of like, how does that even happen? I don't know. I bruise very easily. I think that's related to the autoimmune stuff. So it's not as bad as it looks, probably. I'm just used to it. I have little bruises all over my legs for, like, I couldn't tell you why. These drunk ladies. Yeah, I know. They're like, bye, drunk lady. Went on vacation. All right, let's do a poll. Did you take a vacation this year? Be like, yes, not yet, but in the next 2 weeks, because there's still some time. And be like, no, hopefully in 2026. Let's see. Let's see where chat lands. It's my wishes for you to get a vacation at some point. Whatever that means to you. Whether it means, like, you got your vacation days and used them as a staycation, if that was your choice, that's still a vacation. So count that. Or maybe you were going away for a bachelorette or a family event that you kind of treated as a vacation because you had to travel for it. You know, all different. For a wedding, could call it a vacation. Or maybe it was for work and you were sent away and it was covered, but it's still kind of fun. Use those if they come around. I never really got those opportunities in the government, but I don't think going to a correctional institution is a vacation, but those are the only trips I took when I was working for the government. You're going to Japan in 2 days? Oh, I have some family who just went there for like 3 weeks. They're retired. And they absolutely loved it. They had such a good time. They kept telling me to go. And I was like, that's a little far. But it sounds great. Planning a vacation in 2029? So is YouTube. Planning like an award show. Did you guys see that post? I was like, why are we talking about 2029? What is happening? You went to Canada? Laurentian Mountains, Quebec. Very nice. Went on vacation Korea and Japan during Thanksgiving. Went to Korea, Portugal, and Spain. We're watching The Mask of Zorro at 8. Okay, Ben, this is... What are you doing? This is my stream. My husband and I went to St. Lucia for our honeymoon. Highly recommend the Anse-Chastanet Resort. So I've actually been to St. Lucia, but for like a day because it was on a cruise. The one cruise I went on in my life when I was, I forget, 23 or something. But it stopped at St. Lucia. And my one memory of going there was like hot springs, like a natural bath basically, that was near a volcanic rock. So the sand in the pool, the natural pool of water, was black. And it was so fucking hot. Like, no, it wasn't like burning hot. Like, it wasn't allowed. It wasn't that hot, but it was almost that hot. It was like just below that hot. And it was really cool because it was like black sand. But I couldn't stay in it for longer than like 20 seconds. Anyways, that was kind of a very unique, like, I've never seen that before. Like, lava. Went to Disney World. Went to Punta Cana. Very nice. Staycation this year. Honestly, even that is a vacation from the rest of your life, so. A work trip off the coast of Cape Cod. Went to DC a couple times. The Philippines. Ooh, that's far. Currently in Sweden. Montreal at the end of September. Very nice. Okay, let's see. Did you take a vacation this year? 50% of chat did. 4% have one coming up in the next 2 weeks, which will be the end of this year. That's crazy. What? What the hell? And 46% say no, but hopefully next year. And we will manifest that for you. All right. Saturday, since I've been busy traveling, like I've been traveling so much. I went to Halifax for the Team Homan World, for the decision to decide who gets to go represent Team Canada at the Olympics. Spoiler alert, Team Homan, our team that we sponsor, won. So I went to Halifax like literally 2 weeks ago. And then we went to Mexico for 5 days. And then right after we got back, we went to Toronto to see some of my family. And then soon we were going to go on another short little family trip for Ben's side. So I'm not done yet with all this like traveling that I've been doing. But it just landed this way in the calendar. I don't think it was intentional to stack it all up against each other. But I've been a busy lady. But yeah, I'm going to try and make sure I don't go anywhere, at least in January. Like, no, I'm not leaving the house. It's cold. And unless you take me to Mexico, we're not going anywhere else. Yeah. But speaking of staying home and cozy things, how about, because I've been so busy and I haven't even had a chance, and it's already fucking December 20th is what it'll be on Saturday. We put up and decorate the Christmas tree. Is that too late? Is it too late, chat? We just put it up today. If you saw my Snapchat, you already know. But I haven't decorated it yet. So I thought it would be fun on Saturday that I wait to decorate it until stream. Like literally decorating my Christmas tree on stream in my living room, which you've never sat in before. I've never streamed in my living room, just the kitchen. Should we do it on Saturday? It's never too late to put up the tree. It'll be December 20th. Like, that's cutting it so short is when I'm decorating it. But I figured, why don't you guys help me? I already have ornaments. I have some from last year. And then we did get a couple in like a unique color scheme that I was gonna try. It's like kind of tealy. Yeah, do it? Okay. Keep it up longer? Yeah, we'll just leave it up all of January. Okay, that's what we'll do on Saturday. So it'll be a Christmas tree decorating stream. And it'll be in my living room. So I'll have the little bug on, but I'm not quite sure yet how I'm gonna read chat because you guys are small and far away on a laptop. So I might have to have it up on my phone. All right, well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you had some cozy tea time. I hope you got dinner because I probably made you starving during this stream. Absolutely delicious. And now I'm gonna go eat dinner. It's probably gonna suck because I just thought of all this amazing food I had in Mexico, and now I'm just gonna go eat like our shitty dried chicken. Chickens are so mad at me right now. Okay, whatever, chickens. All right. Thank you, chat. Thank you, mods, cats, dogs, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, lady.